Hello, someone, everyone, hopefully somebody. I'm feeling kind of down today because um, I'm missing my kids, Yanni and Bo. They've been gone for a while. Their dad, when it comes to dying, it's hard to explain him. We was married for about 7 years. He got remarried, but I didn't date for about 5 years. So I started dating um, about 2 years ago. And he got mad, and he stormed away, took off Yanni and Bo with him. He took off with Yanni and Bo. And so that's why I just have Fiona. That's why I haven't been videoing a whole bunch and like doing stuff with my channel because I'm just like not really feeling it. I know they okay because like I can text him and talk to him. Um, and I get their insurance. So I got like EOB letters saying that they went to the doctors and stuff. So um, I know they okay, and it's a school year, and so like the school year isn't over until May. I don't want to take them out of school because then that's gonna be hard on them. Um, at the same time, I'm really ready for them to be home. I don't know how long he's gonna be mad because I'm still in a relationship with Marquise, which is his name. And so, um, you can't. I don't really know how to handle the situation without like blowing up and being real mad and screaming and hollering and stuff. But that's not going nowhere. Like it's not really getting anywhere. It's not solving anything. And so I'm trying to think of something else to do. But now, um, now Yanni and Bo, my kids, is um, about 14 years old, and Bo is 12, but he'll be 13 come August. And so, yeah, I really miss him. Gabby misses him, but, you know. And when sometimes they text me and they said, like, one of them, he's like, how's Gabby doing? I miss Gabby and stuff. So they ask about each other. I don't think that my ex-husband wants them to consider themselves like family, because he's just that mad about the situation that I feel like he doesn't want them to have like a normal childhood where you around your brother and sister, y'all know each other. It's not some shit to where it's a feeling of that person had more time with mom and that person had more time with mom. It's just equal. But that's not what I'm going through. And so I've done shit like a year ago I hired an attorney and I had the attorney turn in my divorce papers from when I was divorced like 2012. And so the child support amount increased because he was on child support, but it was like a minimum because we were still together when he was on child support the first time. And so we went to court together, and I said, okay, well, you could give him the minimum payments because we still was living together. We was having problems because he was with old girl, but we was still living together. And so I said, well, just the minimum payments. So after submitting, well, they was like, um, this is in effect until it's a divorce. Once it's a divorce, then everything in this whole hearing for the child support is irrelevant. And um, so lo and behold, he sends me divorce papers. You know, he the plaintiff, I'm the defendant and shit. And so I signed the divorce papers, went to his fucking divorce and all that shit. So he up in there shitting and grinning and smiling and shit. So uh, where he was paying $300, the judge said, "Well, fuck that 300. Excuse my French." The judge said, "Forget that 300. Um, you got to pay $578 a month. You know, that's what he has to pay to me every month." And so that's the document that got turned in. So he was paying child support like for years, from 2012 up until 2018. He was paying, but of course, then the child support was like 300 a month. So I submitted my document in 2018, and so it increased. You know, 570 something a month. You know, but he was always sending me goddamn court appearances. Every 5 minutes, it was a court appearance. I got to show up to the court for something because of dying, you know, every 5 minutes. And so I got tired of showing up to court. So I said, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and show him his court and see how much he like court. So I had sent him. So he stopped paying child support. He ain't pay child support year after that. So I ain't really received child support for dying since like 2018. It was actually September 2018 is the last time I got child support check. And then that joint was like 100 and something long, 100 and something strong. But when you keep messing with people, eventually they gonna snap back and say, you know, I'm gonna do something. You know, for a while you could be that little gnat in the room just flying around agitating, and then after a while somebody gonna get to clapping. You know, it's gonna happen. So I don't really feel, you know, sorry about it, but in the same sense, he can do things that I wish he couldn't do. But because he's a father, hey, you can't. Cause just like I'm their mom, I had him. Well, shit, he made him. He's just as much their parent as I am. So the best thing I would suggest is be more responsible with having kids. Just don't fly, you know, by night have a kid you just met this guy a few months ago and now you pregnant. Okay, well, if you want to do it like that, then, you know, understand that it's going to be shit that dude could do. He could take your kid's life. He could take your kids right from your ass. And it's not too much the police going to tell your ass if you call them and say, hey, you know what? Joe Blow had took my kids. Hey, you know, well, hey, that's the daddy of the kids. You know, it's not much you're going to do. And every state has its own regulations. But still in all this could be avoided with responsible decision making. You know, I was a teen parent. I got pregnant at 17. Um, so you know, it could have been. I feel like it could have been avoided. And the thing that scares me the most is that I can't preach that to Yanni right now. You know, as she's a teenager, she's getting up, she's noticing boys, and I can't really say nothing, you know, to her about it. And I never wish that on nobody. You know, everybody say, "Oh, this female is bad because they put dudes on child support just to get them thrown in jail." Well, when you don't, or when you stall, when you wait, because I had waited 5 years after the divorce before I submitted the document. So when you do stuff like that, well, yeah, he got your kids. It's nothing that you can much do about it. You know, you could call them and say, hey, you got my kids. You know, hey, and you say, oh well, I don't. They call him and say, you got her kids, and he say, oh no, they with my mom. Oh well, shit, if they with his mom, then everything is on the super one. You know, so you can't do shit. You know, so you know, I just hadn't really been feeling like myself. Hadn't been wearing makeup. My face and broke out. because I really just that stressed out. Really am. It's just beyond. It's beyond any type of sensibility, to be honest. And I never wish it on nobody. But hopefully, all this damn uh, dramatic ass dry shit will go away pretty soon. And everything can go back to being happy and excited and shit. Because, it was. But people see that. People see that. And when they see that shit, they hate on that shit. And if they close enough to you, they can hate hard enough to fuck your whole world up. You can still have that nice shit. But the way you feel about it, that's what they get. You know. And well, I'm still waiting on Gabby to get off the bus because they get out of school early today on early release day. Then we got a teacher conference. I'm probably not gonna film all that because um probably just not. Um School out by the time we got the conference anyway, so it's not like a whole bunch of kids there. It's just an empty ass school. I'm gonna start filming more though, and um I'm trying to put together opening and a closing for my videos. I told Marquise about the video. Well, I told Marquise about YouTube. He knows about YouTube. Who doesn't know about YouTube? But I told him that I think me and him could be like the next YouTube big couple because a lot of people breaking up. And I feel like my feelings hurt because I was watching them and they was like a big ass couple. I'm not gonna say their name and shit because that's fucked up because I'm sure they like that. I miss Joe Blow, I miss Susie Q. But it's pretty sad that they was breaking up, and I feel like a lot of times people making post decisions and have expectations out this freaking world, and a lot of times them expectations is hard to meet, and so I, me and him can be the next big couple, so I'm gonna keep everybody posted. Deuces.